Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. As promised, I'm going to do a New Year's Eve eye look. I've already done my face. I'm going to actually do a separate video on that, but a little pressed for time. I had a little accident at Christmas and I'm still kind of recovering my little arm. I have a bone contusion is what they called it, and they thought I had a hairline fracture, but it's not. But you can kind of see I'm still a little plumped up there. It still hurts, but I'm okay. But I went ahead and done my face, and at the end of this video I have something for you guys, so keep watching. All right, I have the both the Patrick Star MAC kits here. Let me see if I can show you. The only thing I don't like about the quads, they do not have mirrors, and I'm kind of a mirror compact person. These are the two right here. Aren't those gorgeous? One is Glam as AF, and the other is called Goal Getter. I'm going to be using more of this one, but I like the lighter shades in this because I'm so fair, just to kind of highlight. So I'm going to go in, let me see, with the lightest shade, and that is out of the Goal Getter kit. That is the lightest one here, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. When people say a transition shade, what that is basically to go from your skin color to the darkest color, which I want to go to this. So I'm going to start out here, which is kind of in between this and this, kind of in between, to get my skin going up. Always tap your brush off. You can start light. Now, somebody asked me about hooded eyes. Okay, let me explain this to you. I have very hooded eyes, and if you watch how I do my eyeshadow, I start with my eye fully open and look directly. I'm looking into the mirror here. Look directly in the mirror. I always start right above the center of my pupil, and I will lay the brush right there, and then I will go to the outside corner. And you see that? That gives you basically a, kind of builds you a new lid. It gives you that depth. See how I don't really have anything over here? Now let me go in. I'm going to do the same thing. Come straight in. Now that one's a little different. I have to kind of lower my eye. You want to lower your lashes. Come straight in and go right over like that. Now see how that, I don't have as much of a lid as this side, but you see how that gave, there you go. See how it's giving it depth? And it's making that little tiny bit of lid I have there stick out. Now once we go into other shades, you're going to help bring that out. You don't want to, with hooded eyes, you don't want to use really dark shades on your lids. The darkest point you want to make is your crease. You see that line that I'm building right there? And it's actually, my mobile lid ends way down here, but I'm moving it back to give it more of a depth look, to give it that, like normal people's unhooded eyes, not normal. Sorry about that. An unhooded eye, I'm trying to hold my eye. An unhooded eye would be more like this. So my right eye, my left eye, excuse me, it's more like that. And see how you can see that mobile lid real clear? You can see to the back of it. Right now it's kind of blended off because I'm making that appear higher. And if you see, I'm almost giving it a line right above. And that will help you to appear like you have more of a lid than you do. And you always want to make sure the darkest point, like I said, is that outside top edge right there. A lot of people go darker on their lids. I like to go lighter on my lids, and mainly it's because of that. I do darken the outer corner. Now you want to blend that off very well. I'm using a natural light over here where you're seeing me in more of a studio light, and I keep looking over here and it doesn't appear as blended as it does over here, but this is the light I get ready by. always come back in after I blend it, and I just set that back in there. See how I made that just a tad bit darker? What you're doing is really giving it a ledge. And I'm just doing this. This is a Morphe brush. I buy the sets. They're a lot cheaper, but the problem with the sets with Morphe, they do not number any of the brushes. All they do is write Morphe on them. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a pencil brush. That's one of these little smaller brushes. Can you see? And it's got nice compacted tight bristles, and I'm going to come into the shade down here, the little darker one. I'm going to get that on just the point of the brush, tap off my extra, and I'm going to come right where I made that darkest, why I said that you make that darkest point. I use that next darkest shade just to kind of accentuate that a little more, and it almost gives you a shadow. It almost gives you like a shadow to really kind of give that some look there. Same thing on the other eye. Now, you may like to wear more eyeshadow. You may like to wear less eyeshadow. I do try to show wearable looks on here, where I occasionally will. You guys are going to see me do some more glam type looks. What I'm doing now is I'm going right on the very tip of that brush, and I'm coming out here, and I'm kind of drawing that out, and I'm drawing that out and kind of up, and what that's doing is that that's giving more of a lift to my eye, because with hooded eyes we have that little problem that our eyes tend to drag down. So what I do is right here on the corner, and I'm not going to tap this off. I just barely touched the tip of this. And what I'm using that for is to almost draw a line right there. And you see how I kind of brought the tail up? Now, I don't do a winged eyeliner. And the main reason why I do not do wing eyeliner is because I have very hooded eyes. And if you use this little trick that I'm doing right now, you don't need wing eyeliner. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that first brush, and I'm going to use my color switch just to make sure it's not got any product on it, because all I'm doing now is just don't touch that line, come right inside of it and blend that in. But you want to leave that line kind of solid. You want to blend the rest of it. I like leaving that line to the very last, because that line's going to tie in with what you're going to do next. And there we go. Blend that out. Now I'm going to come in. Where is my little missing the brush I wanted? This is just a Sephora brush. Elf, I think. Actually, here, let's use the Elf one. This is just an Elf crease brush. It says right on it, Elf crease brush. And that is kind of a compacted, it's more of a fluffy but compacted head. And I'm going to go into that dark cranberry color on one side, just half of that brush, that little corner right there, top half, top quarter actually. And I'm going to pat that in to my outer third. Now, if you do not have hooded eyes, you can actually go all the way into your, you can go all the way to your half. I like to do the third, and if you watch, I'm leaving that little piece of skin right there in the front and coming behind it and patting it in to where I'm still building that appearance of a lid. You don't want to, it's hard to talk and do this, you don't want to take up that little piece of skin right there, because that is what's giving you the eyelid. I'm going to go over on the other side. Make sure you tap these out. These are really dark colors. Make sure to always use that same corner. I do. You can do. I use the same quarter of the brush. That way I can use the other side for something lighter if I need to, if I mess up. We're going to pat that in. The reason why I say pat it in and not brush, because you don't want to lose too much of that pigment color. We want a nice dark pigment. Sorry guys, it's hard to talk and do this. Going in that outer third and then coming right above it again. Check your other eye to make sure you're doing it the same part. And as I've told you before, use the outer corner of your iris, the colored part of your eye. Look straight ahead. The outer corner of the outer line of your iris, the colored part of your eye, that tells you your third. The actual center, the black part, the pupil of your eye tells you the half of your eye. Little cheat. And sorry, I'm making that face that I ate sour lemonade. I ate sour lemons. I always do that face when I do my eyes. I always keep checking back and forth to make sure I get it very even. I'm like such a stickler about that. You can kind of pat. Ooh, I just got it. See where I told you messing up? Now with a hooded eye, you're going to get this. It happens. Don't freak out. I always keep a clean brush here for that exact reason. And when you clean it out, you want to, I kind of just dust it out a little bit. You don't want to, because you don't want to mess up that outer little corner. And where we've done that little corner, there we go. And now's when you can start to kind of blend that in. And you almost want to blend it where that shadow went, because what that shadow is going to do is that shadow is going to show you where your eye lays. Your eye lays down, and what it did is it laid down right on top of the product you put in. Now, I don't like to pull my eyes around a lot, but with this little area here, I have to. This eye is badly hooded. I actually, if you guys ever wonder why my eyelids are so droopy, especially on this left side, I had a stroke. I've had too many strokes. I'm only 48 years old and I've already had too many strokes. Go figure. I'm just falling apart. Now, I don't like how much I'm just going to tap that back into that dark color. One day I'm going to break my finger doing that. I'm always doing this. I have a glass table, and I know a couple of you guys have made comments, you're going to break that table, because I do that all the time. This table is about 1/4 inch thick. And one day I'm going to do a tour of my makeup room, and you guys will be very surprised what I made a makeup table out of for free. I will tell you, a guy was, have you ever seen those behind the sofa tables? What he did was he had 2 pillars and he had this thick piece of glass on top of it, and I guess it was behind his sofa. He threw it away. Well, he threw it away right in front of me, and I dove on it. Cleaned it up real well. The pillars are outside with plants on it, and the glass is now my makeup table. Alright, now can you see how I've gotten that corner kind of there? It's coming out a little streaky on the camera for some reason, and that's why I keep going back. I don't want to make it too dark. But I came in and filled in that little spot right there, but pay attention, I'm leaving that very front, and you're going to see when I'm leaving that. That's going to be a very cool little look here in a minute. Alright. You want to make sure, as you see, that's dragging up. You always want it to pull up. And how I told you that color was going to blend in with what we're doing, that's where I'm kind of, use that line as where you're doing this. And it's very hard for me, and most of you girls with hooded eyes will, or men, will be very agreeance with this. You never have 2 hooded eyes the same. You can't get that lucky. Even regular eyes, you can't ever have 2 eyes the same. Just gonna tap a little more product back in there. What I'm doing is kind of building up a kind of a shadow. It's not really a smoky eye, and it's not a cut crease. It's kind of my version of a kind of almost like a cut crease without doing a cut crease. Now, if you mess up, you can go in and do a cut crease afterwards and clean that up with some concealer. There we go. When you get the look that you like, I'm still not liking this eye here. It's so hard for me to get this eye looking like the other one. Now, excuse me, when we're in this area, I like to take a flat brush like this. It's a very stiff bristle. It's almost like a lip kind of brush. It's a synthetic, very stiff brush. It's very thin. I think some people use these for eyeliner. I actually like this for this. I stamp this right in. Just stamp it. You want it right on those ends. And I use that right here. Lift your lashes, your bottom lashes, with the brush and stamp it right at the lash line. You want that, you don't drag it, just kind of tap it in. And you can even come up here and tap this a little bit. And I tap it right into that outer part where I've done the dark color. And what you're doing is just, you're framing your eye up a little bit that way. Now, I do makeup a little different. I went to cosmetology school in 1986. 85 and 86, excuse me. In Miami. And back then, Paul Mitchell and Avita and all those were just taking off. Avita actually came to our school, and it was crazy because everybody was like, oh my god, Avita! You know, and they were like huge back then, and now they're like in everywhere. Now, you can, if you want a little darker right there, and I like to take it just a tad bit thicker than that on the corner. Just kind of tap back into that pencil brush. I like to really fill that corner in right there. Nice and solid. Because it almost, what you're doing is you're with the dark and just on the corner of the dark, you're making your eyelid appear to come out farther. Okay, now the fun part. I need another one of these brushes. You know, I have a ton of brushes. Actually, this here, we're going to go with this. I don't know why they call this a concealer brush. I think I already have burgundy on this. I do. Let me clean this off. I used this the other day when I did a real pretty burgundy look on a friend of mine. This is a concealer brush. And it's tiny. I mean, that thing, the head of this is tiny and it's flat. You'll see it's nice and flat, but it's a little bit wider. And I'm going to come in that gold color right here. And the neat thing with this, you don't really, and I'm going to come right across. You don't really have to wet this with MAC products. Now, if you're following with another product, you may have to wet that. You can also come in, I come in with my ring finger and just kind of pat it into that lid right there. And the reason why I drug it down with this brush was that little area in the front that you saw I left. I'm coming right down there. Oh, I just got gold on my face. And I'm bringing that gold right across there. Bring that gold right across. And what that's doing is, see how it's pulling that? It's pulling that to look like you had a lid. That little bit of shine you're bringing to that area is really giving that more of a mobile lid look. See, I had none here before. Now I've almost made it appear like I have almost as much as this side. You really have to play with it. Everybody's different. And now I like that type of look. Now, if you want to spruce this up even more, I just finished this off with a little bit of, actually, let me go ahead and finish this off the way I would. This is Marc Jacobs. These are a little expensive, but I love his eyeliners. This is called Fine Wine. And this is a really pretty, like, crimson-y red. And I bring that right along the lash line in the corner here. And I'm bringing that right on in to my waterline. And see, I like that look. A lot of people don't like red on the eye. I love it. Very different. Also, you want to do your waterline. The reason I like to bring that, look at how green that just makes my eye. Reds, burgundies, purples, oranges really just pop that green in my eye. I have very hazel green eyes, and that's, I gotta go to the grocery store after this. I'm gonna be one hot mom in the grocery store, huh? And if you see, I'm not bringing that red all the way over. I'm just doing that outer third we talked about there. You can also bring it in tight on this waterline. Let me show if I can show you how I do that. You can bring it tight in, and what that does is if you have your eyes are kind of far apart, you can almost bring them a little tighter together, but that just really pops that. That, and excuse me guys, God, I'm coughing. I love this. You guys have seen me pull this out on my channel several times. Tarte has a special on these right now. They are giving all 3 colors of this. These are the ones that are gold or glitters on one side and shimmers on the other. They're gold, copper, and silver. I'm going in with the gold right now. They have a special on a 3 set of these. And God, I think they're like half price right now. They're crazy cheap. Tarte has a lot of stuff right now. It's crazy cheap. Now, if you do have access to this, I like to take the shimmer. Oh, I need to get in. Maybe I need to go in there and order me a set. Wow. I like to take that shimmer side right up against that lash line. Right. It's kind of dried out. Damn it. I just placed a Tarte order too. So one of y'all told me, oh, Tarte's got this special. I said, I know, my cart's full. Now, the only thing I don't like, it makes that look more of a copper. Now you can come just over the red. I love doing cool things with this. This is like so fun to play with this gold, because it lays down right where you put it. And with hooded eyes, anything we can do that does that is amazing. Now what I'm doing is coming between the red, that fine one that I laid down by Marc Jacobs, and that brown, and coming all the way out. Just into the brown, just before that area. I like that kind of shine it gives. It looks a lot better when it's not running out, because I'm really having to fight with it to get it on there. I hate that eyeliner face. I catch myself doing it all the time, but I can't help it. And as I just mess up. Oh my gosh, I hate when stuff is running out, don't you? Especially when it's like something you use all the time and it's something that's not very cheap. I can't. Oh, I know I hate to say that word. I hate to say I can't, and I just said it. Don't ever say you can't. If you say you can't, it's you giving up. I did this eye perfect. This eye I just messed up. But now the glitter on the other side, if you want to, you can change this up with a little glitter underneath the eye even. Which I know the glitter side, I don't use that side a lot. You can kind of connect that gold right there into a glitter under eye. I'm connecting the corner of the shimmer under the eye into a gold, and it just gives you just a little pop of color. Like everything, makeup is very subjective. If you like with the look that I do, great. If you don't, it gives you a base for something to try yourself, to make into something. I'm looking for a little, I'm gonna go in with this lightest color. It's not really a shimmer, it's just a white, very light color, and I'm just gonna use it to kind of brighten that corner. Oh, it's not enough. I'm gonna tap it into here and into this to kind of shimmer it up. I'm trying to find something to accent that corner, and I don't really have anything pulled out right now. But you can always, you don't always have to use a shimmer in the middle of the eye. You can use a lighter color, and I like to use a lighter color right up against the eyebrow, right at the brow bone, just to kind of pops it a little bit. And that, guys, is the look that I would do to go out for New Year's. Now, there are other products you can use. You can use a little more glitter. You can use a lot more glitter, a lot more shimmer. I just like a little glitter pop to the eye. I'm a little older, so I don't go crazy. I haven't done the rest of my face. Now, you can pair this. I would pair this, honestly, with probably a nude lip, but I have something a little fun here, and I've been dying to try this with something. Let's go just a little out of the box and crazy. Let me just wipe my lips off here. I don't like to put lipstick over too much foundation mouth, sorry. This is Jeffree Star, not Patrick Star, Jeffree Star. A product he came out for Christmas, and it is called, I believe, First Class, and it's gold. Let's get brave. Oh my God. Oh my God, that just picked up that gold so much. I just wanted to try this. I would not wear this out. Oh my goodness. His lipsticks are usually very good. I'm finding this one to be a little splotchy and a little not really true to color. I'm finding it a little green. A little green gold. What do you think? Not me. I wanted to try it. But that is not the color I'm going with today. So, with that said, let's try something else. I had to try that. I had to try that color. I brought this washcloth in just for this. Let's try something different. This is more what I would use. This is his color that came out for Christmas called Poinsettia. I think he just re-released some of this on his website. This is so pretty. I know it takes me forever to do my lips. What do you think? I like that for New Year's. I think that's hot. I think that's hot. I hate that, like, butthole lip is what I call it. I think a lot of people call it that, actually. I like that, the point to the lip. I always do my point to my Cupid's bow. A lot of people round them out. Some people even fill the Cupid's bow in. I'm kind of old school. I like that kind of, the old model type on the old movie star with doing that. And I'm loving this. I've pulled this out several times. This is called Whisper of Guilt. That doesn't make me guilty. What about you? It's a gold. And I like to take that. This is just my Tarte. This came in their brush set they did. I just like to kind of take that. I like this because you can really like do this up, or you can really just like not do it. I'm older, and you guys hear me say that all the time, but if you put too much, it accentuates the it accentuates texture, and I don't like to do that. So, and I'll tell you, if you want to really splurge and get a nice brush, this is the Marc Jacobs brush. This is the bronzer brush. And this thing, I'll tell you, it like, look at this. It covers the whole face, and it's so soft. It doesn't mess up any of your makeup. I love to just kind of go over everything after I'm done. I haven't put any blush or anything on, but I wanted to kind of pair a lip with this. You can also pair this with a nude lip. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys try this. And as I said, I have a little surprise for you guys now. This is, as I had said, this is Goal Getter by Patrick Starr, and that is the color I used for the look today. That is this one here. If you would like to own one of these here, I have one to give away. This is mine. This is a brand new one. I'm going to be giving this away. I will give this away at the beginning of my next video. And that should be on, what is today? Today's Saturday, which I usually do videos on Friday, not Saturday. I'm running a little late. Actually, I do, yeah. I will be posting a video on Tuesday to give this away. So if you would like to win this, make sure to like my channel, be subscribed, because I will check, and comment below. Comment below and let me know what your favorite color of eye look is. Is it red? Is it purples? Is it burgundies? Is it golds? What is your favorite color? Green, blue, purple, black? What's your favorite color of eye look? And I may even do the next eye look with the color of the winner's choice. Have a great day, guys. Make sure to comment below to win this. Have a great day, guys. See you soon. Bye.